EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to South Florida and Hard Rock Stadium here in Miami. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the Green Bay Packers and the Miami Dolphins. Here's Jason Sanders now to get this one started, and we are underway from Hard Rock Stadium. Rodgers going to return it from his end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Rodgers going to come out throwing. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far at second down.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but they're...
It's another one. We got another one. It's her. Who that? Big baby slide through in that drop top. Something about Benz looking cute. That's finest. Her and her friends, big blinks and snatch waist. Yeah, she brought the. Ain't no way somebody daddy ain't gonna give her the spins with her ends. Cause yeah, she did it. She did it again. A few more tracks and this time she bought friends. Big baby on her way up and showed the stairs to a man's. Now salute the general. TGLX got plans, yeah. Damn, it's the intro? Yes, it's the intro. Damn, this is the intro? Yes, it's the intro.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to South Florida and Hard Rock Stadium here in Miami. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Dallas Cowboys and the Miami Dolphins. Here's Jason Sanders now to get this one started, and we are underway from Miami. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder into ball carrier, and down he goes.
They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. 23 yards on the play.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11. Again, it's Elliott. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. On second down, Elliott. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. Prescott looks to throw on first. Throw right side, taken in by Gallup. And he'll be brought down at the 27. And just a yard to go here on second down. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. That ball is caught. It's Gallup. Touchdown, Cowboys. A great effort there. 27 yards. And the Cowboys are on the board first here this afternoon. And the QB rating right now sky high. 4 for 4 on that opening drive, and it ends with a touchdown pass.
Yeah, I don't know quite how to figure it out. I think I need my friends from MIT to come in and help me. But I think 158.3 is the number one.
Yep, that's
right. That's the highest you can get. That's where he is. He'd like to continue on that pace.
Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll run here with Raheem Mostert. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be second down. Well, sometimes it's hard to take your eyes off this guy at the linebacker position. He can really cover some ground, and he did there to make that play.
And sometimes all of your best laid plans of play design, your X's and O's, they can't always account for individual effort defensively. And this was one of those times. Just a terrific play to hustle over there and get the running back to the ground.
And the next-gen stats show him reaching at a top speed of 20 miles an hour. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
To throw again on second down. Tua. Open man is Waddle, complete. He's got room at the 30. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 27-yard line. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision. And receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
17.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. That's caught. Waddle on the left side. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Tua sets up to pass it. Touchdown! Mike Gesicki on the pass from Tua Tagovailoa. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from drawing level.
As a general rule, quarterbacks don't want to lock in on a receiver before the ball is snapped. But in this case, based on the matchup he thought he was going to get, it was favorable for his tight end. He locked in on him early and found him for a touchdown.
Jason Sanders now for the extra point. He missed it. No good. And they'll remain down by a point. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time. Now, Charles, remember they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get put.
The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Eric Rowe. And they finally put it into this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37.
He exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And, Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball, and that one was picked off.
Up the middle they go with Mostert. And he'll get it inside the 35.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
On play action, here's Tua. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
It's pretty easy to overlook the fullback when you're making your assignments defensively in the pass coverage game, but in this case, they made him pay for that oversight and picks up a nice gain.
Tua looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Being chased out left. Wilson's got it on the crossing route. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
And, partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. And he's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shallow him across all that ground.
Here's a handoff to Mostert running left. And a good gain here of 9 from the 19 down to the 10. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Ball resting on the 10-yard line. It's 2nd and 1.
And cycle.
They'll stay on the ground with Mostert. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Raheem Mostert, a 10-yard touchdown run. And the Dolphins have taken the lead. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Two are going to try and throw for it. And he will find the end zone here. And the lead moves up to 7. And, of course, on the two-point try, on the option to run it. Pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? Open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. This will be fielded inside the 5. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Prescott off play action. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they had incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. If you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely to...
The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Prescott on 4th down. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Dolphins get the football in great field position. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Play action. Now it's Tua. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Credit that sack to Dante Fowler Jr.
Well, that's an excellent way to get the pass rush activated. The first sack of the game for them comes on the first play of the drive, and it makes it very tough for the opponent to pick up a 1st down now, playing behind the sticks.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Now Tua. And going deep for Hill. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to go up top again. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing fourth down.
Okay, right? Striker, 3-3. 6, mega.
Tua on fourth down. He's going to take another shot here. And incomplete on the deep ball. The Dolphins can't convert on fourth down. And the Cowboys defense is going to get them the football back. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. Doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Going to take a shot for Gallup. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Both teams likely making their final adjustments before the second half. So, time for us to go back downstate to Miami and rejoin Brandon and Charles.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators. They sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? Now, I guarantee he's been selling this one. We can get it, coach, we can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Tua, throw left side here, complete to the tight end, Gesicki. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Dante Fowler picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Well, partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard, but I will guarantee you the defensive side of the ball got super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise, and it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play, really setting the tone for this 3rd quarter. They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. This is caught inside the 15. Well, never a good time for a roughing call, but that's extra bad. They had to stop short of the line to gain on 4th down, but the personal foul going to keep this drive going. So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal. A handoff running left is Mostert. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Raheem Mostert with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Dolphins have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
And that's a drive that makes everyone happy on that bench because they accomplish exactly what they set out to do. Take care of the football, eat up a little clock, end up in the end zone. Now they've got a cushion for the rest of the game. So they didn't just help themselves offensively, they helped their defense out as well.
This time the extra point up and good. And it's now 21-7. The touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. from the 10. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Now this offense trying to change the script here a little bit, CD. Trailing on the scoreboard, and the last time out on the very first play of the drive, they threw that interception.
And you definitely saw his coaches, teammates come over to him on the sideline, trying to help him shake it off, because in this game, his team is down right now. So it's important to make sure you get some confidence back for both the quarterback and the entire offense. Otherwise, those mistakes could continue to pile up.
Under pressure, and they got to him again. Behind the line by Christian Wilkins.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively. I'm not sure they sat on their play sheet.
They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. On play action, Prescott. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Prescott to throw on 4th. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
So rare to see any quarterback toss back-to-back interceptions in the NFL, regardless of status or experience. Whether it's him personally or just the offensive game plan, I think this defense is reading something out there, and they're holding the upper hand.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. On the handoff, this is Mostert. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
Hey, it's not the most spectacular play, but I think most teams will take that every single time for the first play of a drive. Begin the series with positive yardage and set yourself up for a very manageable 2nd down.
Second down, here's Mostert again. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Raheem Mostert, 26 yards. And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And he keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now, no question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he has the football. Yeah, what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, and he's got him in the lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Fields it right around the goal line. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for it. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Fourth down, Prescott. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. Boy, a real head-scratcher there.
You spent your whole life trying to blow up, but Elohim never had time for donuts. The beat go ham, no time for cold cuts. The game like big pitch came to join up. Yeah, I'm still independent, ain't sold a million records yet. Used to be on my checklist, big diamonds don't need a necklace. Look, we built the sound like it's double speed Tetris. I cannot build without God in it. We built the sound, you can't copy this. I never brag, it's just confidence. I never rap for your compliments. I wrote this one for the indie grind. If you ain't signed on the dotted line, can't buy my soul with no dollar signs. The industry so full of troglodytes. I don't follow trends. Run it up. Say that with my chest. Run it up. No, I will not bend. Run it up. Gang time in it. Gang time. I don't follow trends. Say that with my chest. I will not bend. Gang time. Run it up. 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 You gotta put in that work, dog. I put the kingdom first. I know that you gotta wait for your turn sometimes to build something really sustainable. Work on your catalog, so the day that you finally pop off, you'll see it's not just a once off. You put in time, the harvest is ready, it's ripe. I thank God for the payment. That's a solid foundation. When I finally make it, I'll give God all the praises. GOD who conquered evil forces. I don't trust in chariots or fortresses. Yeah, I walk by faith. I don't follow trends. Run it up. Say that with my chest. Run it up. No, I will not bend. Run it up. Game time in it. Game time. I don't follow trends. Say that with my chest. I will not bend. Game time. Run it up. 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 Run it up.
I'm really out for blood this time, look.
We are about 10 miles or so southwest of downtown Los Angeles at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood.
Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Miami Dolphins and the Los Angeles Chargers. The kicker, Dustin Hopkins, set to get this one going. And we are underway in Southern California. Here comes Jalen Waddle from his end zone. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. Up to midfield. He's at the 30. 10. He will take this all the way. Touchdown, Miami. So how about that? You want to talk about coming into a hostile environment and just silencing the crowd. They just did it.
Couldn't be a better start. There's no way. All week long, they've talked about having this type of a start, but I think they looked at it from the offensive team's perspective. You know, get the opening kickoff. You guys control the ball. A lot of people are now going to say, okay, now your offense, will they be out of whack? No, not at all. They're going to be absolutely happy. They're relaxed. They took care of business for them. They don't have any pressure now. They can just go play.
From his end zone, here comes Carter. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
At their own 26-yard line.
Now the Dolphins are going to halt the action here. It's a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Here's Eckler to begin the drive. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Once more, here's Eckler. And he'll get about 2 there to the 36. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. Faced with their first third down conversion opportunity and able to punch it through and pick it up on the ground.
And to me, doing it on the ground sends a different type of a message than throwing the football. And, you know, let's face it, we've done a lot of games together. How often have we seen third down turn into an automatic passing down no matter what the yardage?
Yeah, and last thing you want, that opening drive to go 3 and out. You got everything scripted, lined up. Let's get some points on the board. They're able to avoid that 3 and out. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Herbert. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Sacked by Andrew Van Ginkel.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
A chance for Waddle on the return. All told, that a 55-yard punt with a net of 40 after the return. And it'll be Dolphin football. Tua and the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 right at the 30. On the ground, it's Mostert to start the drive. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Looking to pass. Tua. Forced out to his left. And going deep for Hill. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Jackson.
Well, when he feels the pressure, naturally he likes going to his left, as most left-handed quarterbacks do. But this time he tries to let this go on the run, and it's going to wind up getting intercepted.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And he is going to lose yardage here. Working his way in there that time, Melvin Ingram to make the stop. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say, we're going to build from the inside out. Because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game. And that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives him a 1st down. Up the middle with Eckler. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Jalen Phillips, the edge man on the tackle.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Melvin Ingram. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise there in the dime. Now it's Herbert. He finds his target, Allen. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he is not going anywhere. They stop him for no gain. He needed 2, but he doesn't come anywhere close. And the Dolphins' defense is able to hold. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way, because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
Yeah, and still in the first half here, a long way to go.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Tua going to throw. That's into a crowd and intercepted. And great field position coming up in the red zone at the 17-yard line.
And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them, and they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Here's Herbert down on 2nd down. Touchdown, Chargers! Keenan Allen with a touchdown reception from Justin Herbert. And the Chargers are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Dustin Hopkins on now to add the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Dolphins take over 1st and 10.
Here we go.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit, like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with it, but whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy. I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
When you're running a slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there's no space available, and incompletion as a result.
They head to the line facing a 3rd 7 following the incompletion on second down. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And that is incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up fourth down.
And here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. And where will this be spotted? The side judge says it went out just across midfield. The Charger drive about to get going.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a first down.
And there wasn't much of a window there, Charles. Had to deal with a couple of defenders, but able to find his big tight end.
And, partner, we know double coverage is a challenge for any player to try to defeat. But maybe it's a little easier if you're one of those big tight ends because you have a size advantage on just about anyone trying to cover you, and you use your body to create some space.
Play action. It's Herbert. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Jalen Phillips, the former first-rounder, getting in there for the sack. So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright and allow him a chance to throw the ball downfield.
He's airing it out for Williams. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
It'd be interesting to see what he decides to do the next time he's in the position we just saw there. Outside of the pocket, takes a throw downfield, it turns up incomplete. I wonder if next time he might take off and run.
Third and long, it's Herbert. Dancing to his left. He's airing it out for Williams. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
I know that pass was incomplete, but I'm awfully impressed with how he was able to maintain his vision because normally when you break out to the left that way, it narrows everything down, almost becomes a half-field read. But he's able to still see the entire playing surface and try to connect all the way back to the right.
And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
After the incompletion, they'll try once more from the 20-yard line on 2nd and 10. Here's Tua. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. They'll look to throw here. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. They fake the handoff. Now Tua. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
They asked him to take charge and get them to a spot where they could at least attempt to kick before the half, and he does just that. Didn't trust what he saw downfield, so he took it upon himself to get them into field goal range using his legs. That's coming through with a...
And this is taken in at the 5. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. And give him a gain of 37. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other, and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover him. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
Here's Mostert, and he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. They went with the run-pass option, and I don't know if the option really mattered there because the defense was ready.
So many times you put the defense at a disadvantage because you have those multiple options, but when they read their keys and play it correctly, sometimes the result goes in their favor.
Now, quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
That's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into him because they were there to help break that pass up.
Charger defense continuing to hold the line. Now it's a 3rd and goal situation. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
Continued struggles here in the second quarter. To me, you can put a lot of them on an inability to convert 3rd downs. Add that most recent incompletion to the list of examples.
Sanders' kick is good.
So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports.
Both these teams, no doubt, making their final halftime adjustments as we speak. And for the call of the second half, we get it back out to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. The Chargers going to get the football first here in this second half, and they trail as we get back underway. From his end zone, here comes Carter. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
On the return. The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going.
Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stock troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half. Good, sure hands there from a guy not accustomed to catching a whole lot of passes. But how about the way he's able to pull that one in and pick up good yardage?
Herbert on first down now. For Keenan Allen, that's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A good pickup there at 22. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 44-yard line. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. And this one is incomplete.
The frustration is definitely setting in because they've thrown it to him over and over, unable to come up with a catch thus far.
I think he knew he would have his challenges against the secondary. I don't think he saw a goose egg at this point in the game. To throw on 2nd and 10. Herbert got his man. It's Williams. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
The first down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. Herbert off of play action. And that almost intercepted. Oh, they would have loved to have their first pick of the game right there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
On 4th down, Herbert. A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. The 4th down play doesn't work for the Chargers, and the Dolphins' defense is able to hold. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. On play action, here's Tua. And he's got his tight end. It's Mike Gesicki. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Mike Gesicki, 53 yards. And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So many times you think of these tight ends catching the ball already in the end zone. But today's tight end, they can run after the catch, too, to score.
They're big, they're strong, but they're extremely athletic, and they can surprise the heck out of you when they get the ball in their hands and they're running away from the defense.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Chargers 7.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. From his end zone, here comes Carter. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on 4th, didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense. He's got a man, complete. And they got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 36 yards on the play. And you need a big play? Go to your big play guy.
Listen, that's football 101. When you have to have it, you expect that guy to step up. A lot of people call these receivers divas. Sometimes just leadership when they get in the huddle and say, get me the ball. I'm about to make a big play.
On 1st and 10, Herbert. And he'll go right back to Allen. That's complete. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His 2nd catch in a row, 1st down. Final minute now, the 3rd quarter. On 1st down, it's Herbert. That's complete to the tight end, Everett. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The catch and run there, good for 16, the 1st.
Well, so far, little to no resistance by the defense on this drive alone. 3 passes, 3 completions, 3 first downs. They're taking it to him, and it's paying off.
Over the middle, and it's caught. Keenan Allen. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. So a decent gain there, but not their fourth consecutive first down like they had on the first 3 plays.
You sound almost disappointed there. You want to fire the offensive coordinator on that one or what?
They'd gotten into a rhythm. I thought they were just going to keep going.
Yeah, almost a win for the defense, but if that's your win, you're not doing very well right now.
Second and 1 from the 2. Eckler now between the tackles. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Herbert on third down now. Touchdown! Keenan Allen with a touchdown reception from Justin Herbert. And the Chargers have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a one-score game here in the fourth.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
Waddle is going to elect to not bring this out, and instead his guys will begin at the 25-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
On first down, they go with Mostert again. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much for the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Yeah, not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, if they want to ride him down the stretch, he should have fresh legs.
Running on first down is Mostert, but he can only manage a yard, and that's about it before he's tackled. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. He'll go down as a gain of 6. And now we've got a third down and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Tagovailoa going to try and throw on third down. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the first down. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. I think everyone in the stadium saw that big hit coming.
And I, as a former defensive back, have to admit I'm a little disappointed. He actually was able to hold on to the ball. He brought the lumber on that play. Give my man a whole lot of credit for taking the hit and possessing the football.
And picking up the first down.
Okay, ready?
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Back to the running game with Mostert. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. 2nd down. There to make the tackle, Khalil Mack.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth.
Come on, set.
Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. Sliding out of the pocket. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And the Chargers are right back in this football game. My, how the tables have turned now. They were trying to salt this one away, but that interception, potentially a game changer.
And I just got to think to myself, at this point of the game, I know you've been aggressive. I know that's your MO, and that's fine. And all those teams that talk about all gas, no brakes, you better have the emergency lever to pull occasionally. They could have used it right there. They put themselves in a tough spot with that interception.
Meanwhile, Herbert's throw there complete to Allen.
And he's taken down, but able to get this up to the 20-yard line. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
Now Herbert. Finding Allen. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Herbert to throw.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well have run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Steps away to his left.
And that's caught by Williams. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 27 yards there on a very nice 3rd down conversion.
And here we are before. Watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Throwing, Herbert.
Buying time to his left. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Well, they got the yardage they needed there. Picked up the 1st down, got out of bounds. How about the urgency that they have, as well as they understand where they are on the field.
Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Running on 1st down, Eckler. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Herbert. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his home. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down.
Herbert going to throw.
And this is going to be incomplete.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
So on comes the kicker, Dustin Hopkins, in a big spot. This to potentially send us to overtime. Hopkins' kick is good. And that will tie this game here in the final minute of play. So in the final minute, they turn it over to their kicker to get him back to even, and he does not disappoint.
Brandon, do you think the pressure ever gets to this guy? Because I sure don't. That was pretty smooth right there. But I tell you, he better not rest on his laurels, because there's a good chance they may need him again if this game goes to overtime.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. And Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get into field goal range and try to win this thing.
And partner, you and I both know the safe calls to kneel and just take it into overtime. But it's also very tough to pass up a chance to win it right now as well. But remember, if you do attempt that, it's got to be a big play downfield and still leave yourself enough time to get your field goal unit out there and kick for the win.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Tua. And going deep for Hill. That's caught at the 25. And he's in for the touchdown. And in the final seconds, forget overtime. They've just likely won this thing in regulation. Might be seeing that one on the highlight shows tonight. The home run ball here in the 4th quarter to take the lead.
There's nothing like being aggressive, preaching that to your team, and then following through. All the way through. Go ahead and throw one more up there. Why not?
Been a great game, and we are not done yet. Sanders on for the extra point. And it would appear they're going to get out of here with a come-from-behind victory.
Dolphins 24, Chargers 17.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll start things out at the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gas.
Yeah, a little tired. And if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting upfield and giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
One last throw here for Herbert. He's going to let it fly. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown. Little bit of a backbreaker right there. You're down close, 1-score game, trying to push the ball down the field and score, and you throw a pick 6.
And sometimes you take a little bit of a gamble when you're making your throws, right? Sometimes you press it a little bit more than maybe you wanted to because you want that score so badly. In this case, it cost them.
So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins, and a little bit of a surprise they lose the turnover battle, but wind up winning the ball game.
And this is very unusual because you know all teams stress winning the turnover battle as a key indicator to winning ball games. So when you get something that goes against the grain like the one we saw here, it's quite the oddity. Now let's face it, they'll be very happy that they pulled this off, but they do know that in the future they've got to work on taking care of the football because this won't happen very often.
Going George Lucas, now I'm out here killing clones. tear it down, tear it down, tear it down, tear it down, tear it down. Boosted up my cardio, I used to get to run around. I've been doing this since I had to work at mama house. Tear it down, tear it down, tear it down, tear it down, tear it down. Everybody eating, it's a party, wanna come to time. You can bring your mama, daddy, sister, and your cousin out. Everybody wanna kill the king, or you shit wanna take the crown. I can see through it like a stomach with a other sign. When I hit the gas, I be going like 100 miles. They be getting tired, running out like 100 house. All up in my business, real nose like a bloodhound. I'ma throw 'em off like I'm standing on a picture mound. All they do is look at Instagram while they sit around. Hate me in real life, but you liking pictures now. Oh, everybody acting different now. Finally trying to see what I be on. Got a different style, they be at the brand new when they know I've been around. Got a fake smile on your face cause you been inclined. I can say a lot, but I'm not. Gotta keep it down, making sure nobody drown. I'm my brother, keep it now. Mike Jack hit me up and said I gotta beat it down. Turn me up when I'm on your speaker now, cool.